In episode 3, we leave Luss in Loch Lomond, drive over to Oban and then take the ferry over to Craigniur. We then took the scenic drive across the Isle of Mull to Fionfort.
Today we're travelling from Luss on Loch Lomond over to the town of Fionfort on the Isle of Mull. In order to get to the Isle of Mull from the mainland, we drive from Luss up to the ferry terminal at Oban. From Oban, we catch the ferry over to Craigniur on the Isle of Mull. From there, we drive a southerly route across the Isle of Mull to Fionfort on the southwest side of the island. The overall journey today is about 125 miles, or 4 hours not including stops. After an early start, we hit the road and head over to the Loch Lomond Arms Hotel and grab an early breakfast. From here, we'll head over to Oban and catch the ferry to Craigniur on the Isle of Mull. So we're heading over to Oban, and we're not sure if the ferry actually is running today. There were some notices yesterday, I think the ferry was not running due to inclement weather. It looks like it's running today, or at least the 2 p.m. ferry that we're supposed to be on. This road is a little tight, and certainly people in front of me are being very tentative, which I do not blame them one little bit. Yeah, so we're not sure if the ferry is running, but we give ourselves about a 2-hour buffer to get there, and about an hour and a half to go, I think. So hopefully we get there on time. So with that said, next time talk, hopefully we'll be in Oban, and hopefully we'll be on the ferry actually. Okay, well it looks like it's our time to board, and you know, these ferries are really part of daily life in this part of Scotland. There are many islands, several hundred in total. A lot of them rely on these ferries for commuting and for just delivery of everyday things. It's the only way to get stuff to and fro, and you often see the cargo trucks coming on and off the ferries if you're at the terminal, and that's what they're doing just all day. But I'll let the video roll here, going quite slowly, understandably, getting onto the ship. But it's pretty interesting for me. I've certainly never been on a vehicle ferry that I can remember, certainly not in Scotland or anywhere else as far as I can recall. And pretty straightforward, just follow directions, and over the step. Okay. And we'll just let the video roll. I'll edit this if we get stuck on here, but it looks like we're moving forward pretty well. Okay. And interestingly, it looks like it looks like we're going to go right to the front of the ship here behind just one car. Yeah, we're being guided in. So that means we'll be the second vehicle to exit when we get to the other side, to Craignia. Okay, we're at Craignia now on the Isle of Mull. Indeed, we are the second vehicle to exit. And again, we'll just let the video roll. Just shooting this from the inside of the vehicle. Let's see, left turn to Fionfort, which is us. That's where we're headed to. And I think pretty soon this road does turn into a single track. That'll be our first for this trip, and there'll be the interesting rules of the road. Okay, one use of single track passing places is to let faster traffic go past. These guys were obviously want to go faster than myself, so just pull over and let them go. Alright, so here we are on the Isle of Mull, and we're in a very interesting single track road, which is the case for much of Scotland, and got to maneuver around these vehicles here. And yes, the single track road has passing places periodically. So there's a whole etiquette around who yields to who, and you never cross the road, so you always use the passing place on your left, never on your right, stuff like that. And so far so good. People are very courteous, it seems, and I haven't messed up yet. So yeah, we've been here, we've got about 25 miles to go to the campsite tonight, but I think it's about 3:15 p.m. I think we're going to stop off in town. I think it's Fionport, and hopefully get some supplies there, and then head into camp. And let's see what this guy is doing here. Yep, and then we're here for 2 nights. Now, unfortunately, our trip tomorrow to Staffa to see Fingal's Cave has been cancelled because of bad weather. Now, you wouldn't think it to see the weather today because it's sunny and dry, beautiful. But tomorrow it's supposed to be rain and inclement weather, so we're actually going to be in that camp for 2 days. Hopefully we can still make it over to Iona, which is the seat of Christianity in the United Kingdom. Certainly Scotland at least. And it was, I guess, founded, or the monastery there was founded by St. Columba, who came up from Ireland. Passing spot here. And so it should be good. It's a passenger ferry only in this case. No vehicles on the island without a permit, and we did not get a permit. Nor do I know if there is a vehicle ferry, so we're just going to get a passenger ferry out there tomorrow, hopefully. I'm assuming that ferry is running. It's only a 20-minute ferry, so it's not very long. You could probably swim across. Not going to swim across. Yep, so that's it. So a couple of days camping. We had one night camping last night, and had a chance to get used to the tent a little bit, so we kind of know what we're doing now. So hopefully having a base camp for a couple of days will let us figure out a few more things. Didn't figure out the awning yet, and a few other things. So looking forward to camping tonight. We're going to Fidden Farm. It's right on the coastline, and so we should be overlooking a beach. Looks beautiful on the photos, so looking forward to that. Alright, so that's it for now. Another update probably either tonight after we get into camp, or maybe tomorrow morning. Alright, not too far out of Fionfort now, and just here, typical sight, the Angus cows, which are well known in Scotland. This fellow is, I'll treat him as a roundabout, I guess, finding his own way. Hey guy. The horns on those. But anyway, yeah, coming into Fionfort now, so the plan is to stop here, get some supplies, and then head to the campsite, which is a couple of miles away. So the campsite is a left turn up here, but I'm just going to go a little further to the shop. There's a store here. And actually in the distance over there is the island of Iona. And the Iona ferry terminal is just at the bottom of the street here. And you can see the abbey there in the distance, just behind the vehicle. That's where we're headed tomorrow. Right, so we have some supplies. Let's head out to the campsite. It's just a couple of miles here. It looks like we're following somebody who might have the same idea. Alright, here's a farm. This is a working farm. And here is the campsite reception, the farmhouse. Let's see now. Foiled once again. The campsite is closed until next year, but we were lucky enough to get a room in the Stafford House bed and breakfast. Very comfortable it is too. And then we went next door to the Keel Row pub and had a delicious Scottish Yorkshire pudding, followed by a couple of beers. Not a bad way to end the day. If you enjoyed our video, please click like. To see more of our videos, click subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.